Material possessions mean nothing.
Yeah.
I want to dive deeper into that.
I pretty much own nothing. I just have my computer and my hard drives. It's pretty much all I own. And maybe like some like cords. I guess like some GoPros and stuff. I actually just bought a drone because I think that could be a really cool shot. But that's pretty much all my like belongings that I own. I don't really buy things. Yeah, I would just basically just put all my money into videos and stuff. I mean, I used to be different where I was like a mechanical engineer and in a cubicle, and then I ended up breaking my neck and almost died, like clogged my artery and stuff. And so there was like a week period where the doctors were like, "Oh, you could just like die and like you could just like be dead soon," because they were like, they didn't know if it was like fully clogged. It ended up being
Wow.
fully clogged, which is good. But if it was partially clogged, I would have got like a blood clot would go to my brain and have a stroke and die. So it was like kind of scary, and I just kind of started thinking, I was like, wow, like if I died right now, I would have worked my entire life to like get money, like to like go to do a job I don't like study like a subject that I'm not really like, super passionate about, just so I can have a job I don't like. So eventually I can get the reward of money at the end. And I was like, "Well, if I just died now, like I just wasted my whole life for like nothing."
So what does that teach you then about life? And what do you think most people get wrong about like taking a traditional path?
I don't know. I think a lot of people, like myself included, there's taught as a kid, like this is your life purpose. Like you're gonna get a job, make money, provide for your family and stuff. And I don't know. I think a lot of people end up like just wasting their lives because of that. Which sucks because like you only have one chance. You're like, why waste it? Like we don't get to read it. Like you're probably gonna be like 80 years old and be like, oh, I wish I could have done something different. But then it's too late. Like you can't change it. And I think a lot of people, at least for me, like I always knew death was coming, but you kind of just like put it on the back burner. It's like, it's a low priority for me. I'm dealing with this other stuff. But then like once death becomes like your main priority, like if you have like a near death experience, then you start to prioritize like living life more, I think.
How did you break your neck?
I think it was like a double front flip 360 and I over rotated and they call it like a scorpion. So I landed on my face and then the rest of my body just like went forward. So I like,
On what? On a slack line?
no, I think it was on a trampoline going to like the ground. I was going for like trampoline transition to the ground and it was really bad. Yeah.
Have you trampolined since then?
Yeah. I still do it. I just did a cycling competition when I was in Mexico. It was fun.
Did you win?
No, I got 10th place or 11th place.
That's
I think.
pretty
But it was like
I imagine that's good.
It was like the top 20 people in the world showed up. So
Holy cow.
I'm still like top 20 in the world, I guess, would you say?
Now, I'm curious, when you broke your neck, what did it feel like?
Actually, surprisingly, not much pain in my neck. It hurt my shoulder a ton. It hurt. I felt all the way down to my fingers. But I remember I didn't even go to the hospital for like over 24 hours. I actually went on a camping trip the next day. We went into the woods. I was like, we're on like a 6-mile hike.
What?
And, cause I thought I just pulled my shoulder. I was like, oh, I probably just like, I didn't feel that much pain. It was all my shoulder that hurt. I guess it hits nerves and stuff, and then finally I was in so much pain. I didn't take any pain medicine or anything, which was probably stupid. It was about the 24-hour mark. I started like throwing up because I was in so much pain and then like kind of passed out. And I just like pushing myself, and so this was like my full like moment. And I started having kind of like a panic attack because like no matter what I did, like I couldn't like rest my shoulder. I was just so exhausted at this point, where no matter what I did, I just couldn't stop the pain. I just had a panic attack and yeah, started like throwing up, kind of almost like passed out. My friends like took me to the hospital and then finally did an x-ray and they're like, oh yeah, I have a broken neck. And I was like, it makes sense.
How could you take a hike and like go 24 hours with a broken neck? How is that even possible?
I don't know. It was good vibes. Like we were having fun. It was me and my friends. We were chilling. But then I remember, so what happened was like we were just having a good time. I think it's like the mental state I was in was just like good. And then because we were all having fun, like this was like our vacation. Like we've been planning this for like months. I guess it's like camping trip. We were gonna go down to like New River Gorge for like bridge day and watch all the base jumpers jump off and stuff, the bridge, and then I remember my friend's dog like ran away, so all my friends went to go like find the dog. So I'm just sitting there by myself, and that's when like the positive vibes left me, and then it's just me and my thoughts. And then I started like it was like the first time ever having like a panic, like I had like a real like panic attack where I was like, I don't know if I can deal with this pain, like this pain's like more like it was like so overwhelming. And I have like my friends to like, because like we were like making jokes and stuff the whole day, and it was all chill. But then once it was just me, it was bad.
What did it feel like to have a panic attack?
I don't know. Like if you ever taken like a bunch of acid or something, you have like a bad trip. It was kind of like that, I guess. Like if you just like a really bad like I don't know. Like, that's probably the best way I could describe it. Like the way people describe like bad like DMT experiences or something. It kind of feels like that, where like your thoughts are in control of you. You're not in control of your thoughts, and uh, I don't know. It's just like you're having too many thoughts. Like you're having thoughts faster than you can process them, and then you just
And how did you physically experience a panic attack?
I don't know. I just started like throwing up, and I just felt like I was gonna pass out. And then my friends came back and they're like, "Oh yeah, Ben's not good. We gotta take him to the hospital." I don't know. I just remember like sitting there, just like I remember like no matter what position I kept like trying to change position. Every time I changed position, it would just get worse. And I remember like I cannot deal with this pain, but at the same time I can't do anything about it. So I don't know.
And how long after this near-death experience did you decide to change the course of your life?
Probably like the next week, I'd say. I don't know. Yeah, maybe like 2 weeks later. No, I went to work. I remember I was working at a cubicle at the time, so I went to work for probably another like couple weeks, and then I was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna drop out. This sucks."
What did your parents think when you were living at the beach?
I don't know. They were pretty scared. I think they thought I was gonna become like some like homeless crackhead person, but I was like functional. I was like training to be like the best slackliner in the world at the time, and uh, yeah, I was just training. Like it was just wake up, just train, and then go to sleep. Wake up, train,
Did they
go to
ever
sleep.
offer to like send you money for food?
No, I maybe they would have, but I wanted to like be able to do it on my own. I didn't want help from people because I was like 20 something. I was like probably 20 years old.
Now, I gotta say, one thing that I've noticed by talking to a lot of entrepreneurs is that all of them want to use AI, but they don't know how it'll actually work inside their business. Like, it's one thing to use AI to write an email, but it's another to have it handle incoming calls, set appointments, answer questions, and talk to customers in real time.
And that's where today's sponsor, 11 Agents by 11 Labs, comes in. It's a platform that lets businesses build real-time AI voice agents for sales, support, operations, inbound calls, and more.
What's really impressive is just how fast it is to set up. You could launch voice agents in minutes, and they could speak in over 70 languages. Here's an example.
¿Podrías decirme qué tipo de ayuda necesitas?
It also works with tools businesses already use like Salesforce, HubSpot, Zendesk, Google Calendar, and Twilio. So instead of having to change up your entire workflow, it fits right into the systems that you already have.
And you could train these agents using your own knowledge base, SOPs, and policies. That way, the responses seem consistent within your business instead of just sounding generic.
Plus, with expressive mode, they give you way more control over the tone and delivery, so the conversations sound way more natural and human.
So try out 11 Agents by going to 11labs.io/icedcoffeehour to get started today for free. Again, that link is down below in the description. Thank you so much. Now let's get back to the episode.